So last weekend, Jason Graves was here for PAX East, and we made a video together and we recorded a podcast and all the rest of it. But one of the things he wanted to do in addition to going to PAX was he was like, that flea market looks really cool. So he was going thinking of the random flea market from Junt's Cart. The day before PAX East, we went to the mall and just enjoyed ourselves at the mall. And then we went to, actually after we recorded that podcast, we went to the random flea market, and he was still kind of like in the market for Game Gear games. And I didn't realize until he kind of broke it down for me that like his channel has made a major, obviously there are much bigger channels than his, but he's definitely in a different tier now. Like many videos are getting above 100,000 views, and like he's doing great.
Yeah, he's definitely leveled up. Yeah, there's. I was listening to that podcast, and there is something kind of endearing of how much he likes a good mall. Yeah. I don't know. I sympathize with it. I understand it.
You're trying Reese pizza for the first time. What do you think?
No problem.
Spicy sausage.
I don't think I'd get it again. If I were to redo the order, I'd get 2 pepperonis.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
You would have more fun at the mall than PAX East.
He was a lot of fun in general because, like, the truth is he just has like a lot of little opinions about all kinds of things. You know, little repulsions, like. You'll see it in the PAX East video. The PAX East video, I think, is going to be really funny. His energy is really high, and we at least we had that little microphone so you can actually hear us for the most part. Like we encountered Bubsy, like a mascot Bubsy, and he was like genuinely very excited to see Bubsy, which you don't necessarily know if he's going to be excited about a mascot. So he's always keeping you guessing. That's what's pulling you in with Jason.
Well, that's why I think his content is doing so well. Is that he's a personality you can't miss, and even if you don't agree with him, you want to go down the rabbit hole with him. You want to see what he thinks about every 3DO game or whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, he just put out a bunch of huge videos. He did 10 worst N64. I beat all of the 10 worst N64 games. I think that performed really well. He kind of like put a lot of chips on that. And then he did one that I really enjoyed, which was like there was a sponsor. I don't remember what they were called now. It was this little game thing.
It was like that cube thing, whatever that was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to call it the GameCube.
It was like, yeah, the Fun Cube or something
Fun
like
Cube
that.
Or something, Fun Box. But anyway, something box. He did like a deep dive into like the data analytics of what makes a GameCube game exclusive to GameCube. And then he did a Scott Stash ripoff for 2.5 hours. He's just talking about all of his controllers. And like, I actually have, it's very second screeny, but that like pulled me in more than any of them, really.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see all the controllers. You have a stake in your own controller.
Yeah.
I'm pretty glad the GameCube got as high as it did. It's a very wonderful controller. This is a nice original GameCube. Yeah, I remember the first time I held a GameCube controller. It was in Target, and they had a display model. This is the first time I ever saw a GameCube. It was the first time I was like, oh, I should... Because before, I think previously, probably the PlayStation controller was like, oh, that's the default good controller, right? And then I remember wrapping my hands around that GameCube controller. Just everything just slid into place.
Nobody's really tried since then to make the action button more prominent, huh? That's like one of the things that makes it distinct.
Yeah, the A button being so big and green, and it's like, that's fire, baby. That's pressing A, that's jump.
You gotta be pressing that more often than the other ones.
Yeah, that's the go button. That's the win button. And yeah, I remember being in that Target being like, this is the future. This is the best I've ever felt a controller ever feeling, and maybe still to this day. In fact, just holding it.
Yeah, I'm not like sold on the C stick. I think it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't apply in all situations.
Yeah, I mean, for a standard controller, no. Like the all-purpose controller, no. But if you're playing GameCube games, it works.
If I had to do any controller, probably like Xbox One controller is probably my favorite personally.
Yeah, I would say probably for me it's like...
Well, their D-pad sucks, though, now that I feel it in my hands.
I like the 8-bit Pro controller. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
It's okay. I mean, like, I've used it a lot, so it's starting to, like, I can feel some wear in it.
Oh, yeah, the Switch 2 controller might be an all-timer for me.
Is pretty good. The D-pad still sucks though. If you're looking for the D-pad, it's not going to get you there. But like for most gaming, I think it's perfect. It does the job for most modern gaming. I don't think there's any other controller I'd rather use for modern gaming than the Switch 2 Pro controller. But if I need a D-pad, I go for the 8-bit though.
Oh, you like the Pro one for D-pad? That's interesting. Because I feel like to have like a D-pad centric 2D platformer or something, you need like an SNES style controller. You need.
Oh yeah. No, I mean like like this is just an all around controller.
Yeah, like maybe there's no such thing as a perfect controller for all games.
No,
there's no such
I don't think so. One of my favorite controllers is this for classic gaming is the stupid iBuffalo classic USB gamepad. I got it for like $10 on Amazon 10 years ago, and I don't know. It works. It works great. The D-pad's great. It's I don't know. China they don't sell this anymore, but they like ripped off Super Nintendo in the best way possible.
Well, I bring up Jason because when we went to the random flea market, he was still game hunting, and he ended up like he didn't buy anything at PAX. I mean, even just because they only had a couple of like retro stores, like little retro storefronts. And there were actually like lines to get in. In fact, we accidentally just cut one. We just like stormed in and realized it later. They actually had, you'll see it in the video, but they had a little Samson in box, like in a glass case. And I joked about like, because I bet you it's $5,000. And I joked about like, what if I bought that? And Jason's like, you'd have so much cred.
You would be the belle of the collector ball if you had that.
And then all I could think of is like, imagine if I actually did decide to spend $5,000 on a NES box, and then you're in this crowd and you're holding. Like that was like, well, that's kind of what like engagement rings are like, right? Like $5,000 jewels on people's ring fingers and stuff.
That's true. You don't want to be like carrying around the little Samson in there and getting ripped apart like a zombie horde or whatever.
Yeah, no. It was like there was that movie Perfume. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
You need to see this fucking movie. This is one of my favorite movies, I realize. Like maybe a top 20. It's called Perfume. Alan Rickman's in it, in addition to, I think, Dustin Hoffman and a few others. It's about this guy who has this, he's like an orphan. And he has this insane sense of smell. Like he can smell anything. And he starts to like murder people to distill their scent. And he's like, I'm going to kill like the most, like 5 most beautiful people or something, these beautiful women. And I'm going to make, it starts off, he's like kind of sympathetic. And then he becomes like sort of a serial killer. So it becomes almost like a horror movie. But he's doing it in the interest of like making this perfume and this art. And they catch him by the end of the movie, and they're about to hang him in the public square. There's thousands of people in the public square. And he somehow is able to like release the perfume into the crowd. And as soon as he does, they all start fucking each other. A massive crowd of people, it's this incredible sequence where it's like 1,000 naked people just completely wrapped up in one another. And then he leaves the scene. He leaves after that, and at the end of the movie he decides to dump the rest on himself in the middle of some side street, and just the peasants that are around him they just eat him. They eat him alive as soon as it's on him. This movie is sweet. It's a French fairy tale, apparently.
Oh, okay. All right. Far out.
And it's like really well directed and very, very interesting.
Those French, man.
So what I'm trying to say is, had I bought the little Samson,
they would fuck you or eat you.
The peasants would have consumed me. But anyway, I bring up Raynham and his pickups, and I actually have a little bit of video of him and his Game Gear pickups and stuff. He bought a few other interesting odds and ends too.
So I got this awesome Star Wars sweater, season 20 of The Simpsons, because I'm collecting Simpsons seasons, and I'm missing most of the teens. This is as far as they went, actually. They stopped at 20. College Slam on PS1, long box, it's cracked, but whatever. I got 5 Game Gear games.
Oh, you got 5?
Chess Master. We got a Super Battle Tank, Urban Strike, Mortal Kombat 2, Chicago Syndicate.
Yep.
A lot of these I haven't even heard of. I'm just getting random Game Gear games when I eventually do a video.
While I was there, what happens is the same thing that always happens when you're at the random flea market. You end up finding a box full of laser discs that you can't resist. And I'm out of shelf space. It's over. Like, I can't be doing this anymore. Like, I'm going to need another shelf or something. They're going to end up in storage. But this is the trouble, is the movies are good. And I'm always like, well, only if they're really good will I pick up anything. But they're always really good. And he's like right there with me. Oh, you got to get that. Oh, you got to get that. So, all right.
That's good. I love a friend who will encourage you to, to indulge.
So first you've got Robin Williams, The Birdcage.
Oh, yeah.
you know, very classic. I think this was like one of my earliest like introductions to what like a gay person even is this movie.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that was the movie. People were like, oh, that's about gay people.
Gay people.
The gay people are in that
Gay
one.
people.
But it wasn't like mean. It was just like that's the gay one.
Yeah.
Nobody. Yeah. It was just like that's how you learn.
But they were still like, at least when I was a kid, like in the 90s, gay people were still exotic enough that it was like, oh, a movie about gay people. By that I mean like it wasn't like super familiar to everybody.
It's a movie about the gays.
You know, I saw this. I was like, I gotta have it. Alive. You ever see this movie?
Is that the one with they eat each other?
Yeah, they eat a people. Yeah,
They eat a people. They get the perfume. No, they crash and they have to eat people.
Yeah, it's a soccer team, and it's based on a true story. Now the poster is interesting. The poster is very like we love each other, not we eat each other.
I mean, they have to. The people are dead, and they have to eat them to survive.
Whoa! Look at this log line on the back. Witness alive. Witness it.
Bear witness.
The thrilling true life adventure of challenge and survival. Challenge implies like there's a little bit of a challenge.
A little challenge, a physical challenge.
Don't eat your friends.
Mark Summers is going to give you a physical challenge. Go through the goop.
And this action-packed hit. Is that what we call it? Action-packed. A team of tough rugby players, excuse me, not soccer, rugby players.
Whatever, same horseshit.
Survive a plane crash deep in the desolate snow-covered Andes Mountains. Stranded there, they must overcome incredible odds to stay alive. See for yourself the unforgettable story of ordinary young men who find courage in the face of disaster and test the very limits of human endurance. It's an astonishing, death-defying, not for everybody, triumph that will both entertain you and inspire you. Fascinating. So I had to have it. Alive. And then, you ever see Leaving Las Vegas, Nicolas Cage?
Have I seen that? What's it about?
Nicolas Cage falls on, what was it? Is he a writer? Is that what it was? He falls on hard times. I'm trying to remember.
I always get that mixed up with Raising Arizona, but no.
Yeah, well, no, it's very different. Raising Arizona is a comedy by the, the brothers there, hooked on the brothers, the Coens. But no, this is, he decides I'm going to go to Las Vegas. I'm going to drink myself to death. That's how I'm going to commit suicide. And so he's just in this drunken, depressive stupor. And supposedly Nicolas Cage became an alcoholic for the role. He won, as I recall, he won an Oscar for this. Elizabeth Shue is the woman, which is, she's the Adventures in Babysitting lass. And also Marty McFly is in the second one, Marty McFly's girlfriend.
Yes, they recast her. They fooled me into thinking it was the same person because they redid the beginning of Back to the Future 2 with the different actress. I'm like, yeah, it's the same one.
It worked on me back then as a child. It pulled the wool over my eyes. I actually prefer Elizabeth Shue of the two. Anyway, here's what I'd say about this movie. It's a great movie. It's a really, really fucking great movie. But it's kind of like Requiem for a Dream, or, you can think of a few like this, where it's so depressing that you cannot be watching this. Like, I wouldn't recommend people watch it. I'd be like, I think you should, but I think you shouldn't.
For a certain state of mind.
I wouldn't do it very often. Whereas I would watch this very frequently. Men in Black on Laserdisc. Had to have it. I don't really care for the second one. I don't really care for the third one. Except Josh Brolin does play an incredible Agent K.
Right.
Impersonates Samuel L. Jones the whole movie, like to a T. And it's talk about like swapping people and not noticing. Like it's perfect. I think that this first Men in Black movie is magic. I think like the screenplay is spot on. The characterizations are incredible. I think it's like really inventive. I think this is like one of the best, like comedy sci-fi. I think like,
oh yeah.
I mean, people know it, people love it, but I feel like maybe it doesn't get like its moment in the sun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And it's like, yeah, in the mix of like all of Will Smith's career, I don't think people even bring it up that often. But
yeah, I mean, I'd say it's like it's obviously a milestone movie. It came out right after Independence Day, so it was that period of time when he was doing, blockbuster alien movies. But it's just and I love Independence Day. Don't get me wrong. But there's something really special about this fucking movie. Like I defy anybody. You pop this on, you'll enjoy it. Like from beginning to end. You get sucked right in. And I think part of it is like the fish out of water thing, him becoming, and he levels up throughout the movie, but he never quite becomes comfortable with it. It's just really, really good. This is another one of those deluxe widescreen presentations. It's funny. Like, I almost would prefer it not be, since I'm watching it on a legacy television. We talked about it in the podcast, but Jason and I popped in the Beavis and Butthead collection, and it was like, I mean, this doesn't look quite as good as DVD, but it's like a very stable image. Like, you can understand why in the because Laserdisc came out in the 80s. It was very expensive then, but it was available then. You can understand why people were like, we have to do Laserdisc. We can't be doing VHS tape. If you were rich, I suppose. And then this is the one that caught our eye, where Jason saw it and was like, you got to get it. Dun,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dun, dun, bum, bum.
The deluxe letterboxed edition.
Yeah, super wide letterbox. Okay. I'm always interested, like, does it have special features? Because technically they can have special features. Like, they can have, like, when they have a commentary track, it tends to be like, oh, flip it over and, like, watch the movie with a commentary track. Or it'll come with multiple gigantic discs. So, get this, and this is why Laserdisc is so much fun to collect for. First of all, they look awesome. The movies are great. It's a fun way to rediscover movies. That whole batch that I just shared with you was $35.
Oh, that's good.
Like,
it's good.
That's cheap for an NES game, for one NES game.
Oh yeah. You can easily spend that. Easily.
Or like if you go out to lunch with like one person, you're way over $35, right? Like,
each
and every time. So I think, stop going out to lunch and get some Laserdiscs.
You'll have a much better day. I assure you.
Can I show you a little bit of vinyl?
Yes, of course.
It's a fun little, like, when I'm at the mall, I'm at Newbury Comics or something, I'm like, oh, I'll go check out the vinyl. And much like Laserdisc, I'm always like, oh, I gotta get that. So I'm a Bob Dylan freak. I don't know if you knew this about me. I love Bob Dylan very, very, very much. I think the music is incredible, actually. And I know he sounds crazy. He sounds really weird. But this house of in the Coliseum. I think he's great. And what's funny is his, even though he has a really characteristic voice, he sings on pitch. Like, he's not like out of pitch.
Yeah.
He just has a weird fucking voice. But there's something that, do you remember Watchmen when they played like the times they are changing, and they had that really cool opening credit sequence? It's like, there's something like just so transportive about Bob Dylan music. It takes you like straight to 1968, even though you weren't alive then.
Yeah, we went there though.
But we lived in 68 through Bob Dylan's music. Beetlejuice, the musical. So this is for my kid, because we actually saw the junior version of this play at her school last year, and she loves it. And so it's like in general, we're trying to like get more into music, like just listen to music in the house a little bit more, like turn off the TV, pop on some music,
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I talked about this a little bit on the podcast, but I have caused her, and I know you're a fan too, to fall in love with Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great soundtrack.
And she loves Scott Pilgrim. And I never would have guessed that. Well, I guess I did, because I showed it to her. I was like, I think you might like, because she's almost 9 now. We're kind of out of certain eras of entertainment. I was like, what would be something that is like kind of cool and kind of like foreign to her, but it's not like overly inappropriate or anything. And I was like, maybe it's stylish and it's exciting and it's different and the people are a little bit older. And I was like, maybe Scott Pilgrim. There's a video game hook to it. And so I bought her a couple of mangas, and she's been playing the beat 'em up game. She played the beat 'em up game extensively with Jason, which was really fun.
Yeah, I've read Scott Pilgrim like when I was Scott Pilgrim's age, so it was just like it was like hit me at the exact right moment where it would have, it was basically written for me by somebody who was probably very much like me. So I was just like, oh, this is amazing. And then the movie came out soon after, and I was like, this is very good, and Edgar Rice is very good, and
yeah, he brings something to it.
Brie Larson has never been hotter, so
true.
that musical sequence it did something to me. But
I'm no Aubrey Plaza fan, but she kind of is at the height of her powers. Whatever it is that she does.
Yeah, that.
And by the way, Gloria has to wear glasses now. Did I tell you this?
No.
She can see. Her eyesight's fine, but she's got her right eye kind of goes into the middle, and it's been that way since she was little. So we started bringing her to the optometrist just to check it out, and they always would be like, keep an eye on it, and like her eyesight's good, she's passing the tests. Now we got a new optometrist because the last one retired, and he was very like, I would say indelicate with children because he's not like a children's only doctor. And he was like, she's gonna need glasses, and if she's gonna struggle with the drops, then we're just gonna pop them in. And he's like had no patience for anything. Gloria was like asking him questions, and he was shushing her the whole time. I was like, dude, like I know you're in a rush, but like she's 9, or she'll be 9 in June. But she looks very, very cute and sweet with her glasses, and she'll get them off by puberty. Apparently, it's supposed to correct that eyeball, and she'll be done by puberty. But in the meanwhile, there's some characters with glasses in there, and anything that kind of helps the kid along, right? Rewatching the movie, I thought it was really exciting, and I was like, wow, this is like directed masterfully. Like, imagine how fucking hard it was to make this movie. But the kind of the sort of hipster twee of it all, I was like a little, that was 2010. And I was like, this is like very characteristic of the kids I went to college with 6 years ago by that point. No, not 6 years. No, 2 years ago. Because I graduated in 2008. So I had been, but I was like, okay, I'm like sort of over the college thing. But now with a lot of distance from it, I'm like, this has all of the, I don't think they would ever make a movie, however many years late, 17 years later about somebody who has a ton of boyfriends or something. I don't know. Like some of it feels foreign.
Well, I mean, back then it was comical for a woman to have 7 ex-boyfriends or whatever. And now it's expected or encouraged or, they have way more.
So finally,
it's a different world.
I don't know if you like Paul Simon, but this is Paul Simon's Graceland, very, very famous album. You know this album, maybe? So this is the one that has You Can Call Me Al and African Skies and Graceland, of course, and Crazy Love and all these wonderful songs. I love it. It's like, especially like when I've got my nerves are up or I'm quite straight. Like this is the music that gets me like totally calm. And just a quick anecdote about Graceland. I was on the high school track team when I was in middle school. It was a strange situation. Because I was a runner and my dad wanted me to get involved with a team, and the only team available was the high school team. So he's like, well, you can't compete because you're not in high school, but I'll ask the coach if you can run. I didn't really want to do it, but he wanted me to do it. And so I was like a 12-year-old on a high school team. And so some of the kids were 16, 17, and 18. And I'm just like kind of there. It was super awkward at first, but it is ultimately, that is how I met John Hunt, because his sister was on that team. Yeah. She was she was a freshman when I was 12. So she was only 2 years older. And I got to know her over time. And then she was like, my brother would get a kick out of you. And that's how we met. But there was another guy, and he actually still hangs around. He comes to like John's parties and stuff, but his name is Jeremy Broder. He was very, very funny. And he was much older than me. He was like 16. So yeah, he would have been a junior, and then he became a senior, right? So he could drive, I remember, and he was definitely like too old and too cool to like be like proper friends with me. But he would always treat me very well. Like he could ignore me completely. It would have been fine. I was a young dork, but he would always like bring me in on the joke, or if I cracked a joke, he would actually give like a really generous laugh. Like I'm every time I see him, dude, I'm 40 years old now. Every time he comes around, I'm like, that dude was really kind to me. Like it's stuck with me my whole life. Every time I see this guy.
Yeah, that matters.
It really, really does. One of the things he did was, because like we were just learning how to burn CDs, audio CDs, and he handed me he was like, oh, like, I just learned how to burn CD, because I remember I was like, oh, I got this burner. I'm going to like put some South Park episodes on it or something. He's like, oh, I learned how to do that too. Here's some of my music. And it had like a lot of Simon and Garfunkel, and it had some Blink-182 and a lot of other stuff. I remember it had Super Freak. So this is this eclectic collection of Jeremy's music. We got Super Freak, some Simon and Garfunkel, but it was an older, cooler guy giving me music. And I went back and I was like, hey, I really loved I Am a Rock, and I really loved, this song or that song. He was like, you really like the stuff from the 60s, right? Like you love the, all the Simon and Garfunkel stuff. I was like, yeah, I really do. And he's like, all right, well, like here's Graceland, which is, when Paul Simon did all this kind of like African inspired stuff. And I went home and I listened to the whole thing and like really loved it. And I tell this whole story because I was thinking about it just tonight. I was like, is this a lost art? Is this a lost cultural artifact where a friend, and in this case, an older guy who was being nice to me, is like, hey, try some music out. And that's the handshake. The handshake is like, have 7 songs, and instead of us having an awkward conversation, you'll listen to some things that I listen to, and then we'll have like some yeah, dude, like it like makes me emotional to talk about, where I'm like, that was like such an important to be like, here's my songs, go try out my songs.
Yeah. Absolutely. It gives you like a window into the person. I remember actually when Anna and I weren't dating yet, we were just friends. She gave me like a mix CD, and I remember like listening to it, and it was like it was like indie music at the time. And it was just like stuff I never even would consider listening to. And it was like, yeah, it opened up my mind a little. It gave me a window into her, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then she gave me like 7 more of them after I said I liked that one. I realized that was probably her flirting back with me. But and I was like, oh, this is great. And then I would listen to those like over and over again, being like, oh, these, and yeah, what a lost art. Making a playlist in iTunes, burning that CD, and like giving it to a person.
Because I'm sure that people have their Spotify playlists and their YouTube playlists. I'm sure music hasn't gone away, and I'm sure they share it with one another. But it's just the nature of the internet is like, oh, and then it auto plays to some other fucking song. There's or whatever, like your attention gets distracted, you go to some other song. I don't think that there could have been this thing of like, I'm this older guy who's kind of like taking a little bit of pity on you for being here. Like, check out some music. Oh, you really like that? Well, if you really like that, then like, here's Graceland, or, and probably it would have, my guess is that nobody else on the track team thought Graceland was cool.
No, probably not. Probably not. Oh, I remember Anna, she like made these like cardboard or construction paper sleeves for them and printed out the playlist.
Yeah.
Like, so you could see the tracks.
That is
like,
special.
oh, and I remember people would, do that with just like a Bic pen, when the Memorex had the line notes on the lined paper inside and you'd write out the track list on those. Yeah, that's kind of stuff was so, yeah, such a tactile thing.
Yeah. This is my album, not my playlist that you can browse anonymously. This is my music. There's like some possession of it. We actually still do it I think when Nina turned 30, and maybe actually like 28, every year I burn her a CD of like, I'll listen for music that she is responding to. If we're out at a store or something, I'll like nab it and I'll make a CD. And then when Gloria was born, I started doing the same. It's really cool because every year of Gloria's age, there's a little playlist basically like, oh, that was the music that was important to you in that moment.
Yeah. And I take, photos all the time. And for the same reason, every year for Christmas, I print out like all the photos I've taken during the year and give it to Anna, because it's like, if you don't do that, they're on a thumb drive, they're on a hard drive that could crash. You don't know. So it's like that, to make it physical, to make it something you can actually, look through. I think that just is way more important.
Yeah, so yeah, you have to make art that's going to get viewed, like in some way. I don't know about you, but for me, music, and I'm not like a music file, like I'm not in the way that I am a cinephile. Nothing kind of like transports me to a memory. They say like smell is one of those things where like, whoa, I haven't smelled that since I was 12, or whatever. And I think that's real. But something about music, I'm like, you ever go through those seasons in your life where you were listening to the same song on loop and you're like, oh, I remember when I was listening to that song on loop, and it takes you to whatever emotion you were having. I don't know what it is, like, but melody does that. Yeah.
The smells, the feelings, it almost, some albums make you feel like exactly as old as you were when you
In this one, I actually remember my friend Aaron wanted me to play Alien versus Predator for PC. And I was and my PC could barely run it, and I'm trying to play Alien versus Predator, and it's like, this is the story of how we forget to remember. I'm listening to like African Skies on loop, playing that.
Well, it's like Spin Doctors with me and Link to the Past.
Yeah, exactly the same sort of thing. So I've left the best for last, and this one ain't no optical media. This is, you don't know anything about this yet. This is going to blow your fucking mind. Okay.
Oh.
You remember Jimmy B? He gave us these honkers.
Of course.
And by the way, now that you have one, everybody's, well, Frankie should get a beard, and then they'll both be beardy in the hat. And I think, there it is. Nice. Always in reach.
I stream with it. I don't know. It's
I like that. It's your streaming hat.
It's great.
This is my pod and hat. It makes it. We always record these late at night, And like I never look right after a long days of work, so it definitely helps me with just to keep like anything that's wrong with my hair. It's just the problem will be solved by the hat. But no, I intend on growing a beard when I'm dropping some pounds. In fact, I'm 7 pounds lighter than the last time we recorded, so it's moving fast. Yeah, I think when I get below like 200, I'll grow the beard. So skinny bearded Frankie will return in Avengers Endgame. Jimmy B, who sent us these wonderful hats, and he sent me that other hat too. He wasn't done with gifts. Can you see this?
What the fuck? What is it's our logo?
It's a light up digital sign.
No.
Yeah.
What?
It's got this stuff. you gotta
Oh my God.
Which I haven't hooked up yet because I don't think I have the right connectors or something. I didn't know what it was either, and it showed up in a wooden crate, like as if it was like the Ark of the Covenant. And, you got to pry it open with a crowbar, and it had tons of packing and stuff. And I finally get in, and it's this huge thing. So here's my thought. So thank you, of course, to Jimmy B. Very kind, always unnecessary. Where the hell am I going to put it? I could put it up with the arcades, but there's another precious gift back there, which is the cross stitch.
The cross stitch.
I'm not replacing the cross stitch with it. But even if there was room back there, you want 2 Red Cow arcades behind me and none behind you. I think this belongs in your basement.
Oh, maybe.
And then there would be no confusion about what show they're watching.
No matter whether they're watching Beardy or the hat, they'll know which show it is.
The branding will be excessive. But you got to hang this stuff up. But it's very, very cool. It's very heavy, too. But I think, I think, as long as you can accommodate it down there, it probably...
Yeah, I think I can. I think I can.
Probably belongs over there. It's fun. It's just funny because this particular logo was just something that came from Fiverr. Like we kind of
right
made it in a rush, and now it's like been very memorialized. The cow though, John Hunt did the cow at some point long ago. He had it more like faded though, and it was like it had text. It was like italicized.
Yeah.
It looked like a skater company, and I kind of undid some of that effect. Okay, shall we move on?
Well, one is not really a pickup, but so I was asking Jason Graves on the subject of Jason Graves. I was kind of intrigued by his meta glasses.
Oh yeah,
the glasses he used to film the Goodwill videos and his thrifting videos, and Scotty has been doing a thrifting channel. And I was like, oh, that kind of sounds fun. Like I haven't had with the new baby, I haven't had a ton of time to. Just the film stuff. So I'll be like, oh, wouldn't it be kind of nice to film things here and there with like glasses like Jason? And so I asked Jason about, I was like, oh, how do you like those? I used to like those. And he gave some opinion. And then I have another friend who actually works for Facebook. And I was like, oh, do you know about those glasses? Do you like those glasses? And he's like, oh, I have a pair. You can borrow some. So he let me borrow them.
Wow. Oh, you look cool.
They're actually really interesting because like they have speakers in this area.
They're very like blacked out. Like you look like a blind guy. You look like a
hoo-ah. Hoo-ah. These are sunglasses. Like I think Jason, I asked him is like, what do you have for lenses? And they're like the transition lenses for like if you're outside, they're sunglasses, and inside they fade back to glasses. So I'm just using, these are actually just like the first gen. I think these are even older than Jason's. He just had like Facebook just gave them to him, and I'll probably have to give these back. So I've been using them a little bit, and they're really cool. Yeah, they're really cool.
The video comes out good.
For these ones is just square video. It's square video. It's like it's not quite 720p. It's like 1160 or something by the same. I think Jason's it's vertical, and I think in the newer versions it's like 3K and maybe more squarish. I'm still not like landscape, which is what I would want, but the thing is the convenience is so good. Yeah, I was just like with my boys, and I was just like filming like here and there, and it only does like this version only does a minute at a time, and then the newer ones I think do 3 minutes. I actually really like them. The battery life's pretty good. The video comes out fairly well. It's like a cell phone. Really cool technology. I think they're pretty. I might consider getting a pair for Red Cow, actually.
What are you shooting? Like, are you shooting anything in particular?
Well, I was thinking of doing kind of like I'm not sure if that would be shorts or like something, but I was thinking of doing like mini shopping videos, like going like what I would go to Costco, what I would pick up, like Costco in the spring, Costco in the fall, Costco in the winter.
Costco at summertime.
Like, yeah, when pizza is on Costco. Yeah. And just like showing what I like am interested at Costco, and or going to some of the like thrift stores that are near me too. Do the Scotty Dunn thing, get to do some thrifting.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seems kind of fun. It seems like a fun thing to do, just to dabble in. They definitely like. If people don't notice you're filming with them. Even it has a when you turn on the filming, it has like a little LED that's like blinking on them.
How inconspicuous.
You're not supposed to like be surreptitiously filming. So they put that light on there. I could like cover it with like tape or something, but these aren't my glasses, so I'm not.
I find that most of the time, like store owners and stuff, if it's like big retail, they don't actually care if you're filming. It's just that they have to enforce the rule that you can't film. So if you're doing anything to make it look like you're not actually filming, it makes it easy for them to not enforce. So like just even if it's sunglasses, like it can work out that way.
It's just easier. Although Jason did say that people are starting to like, because these glasses are starting to get popular, some people are starting to notice. I haven't seen that so far. I've just taken a shot here or there. Nobody cares.
Jason's doing another big Goodwill video. He's going to go to every Goodwill all over again.
So good.
I don't know what for this time. I can't remember. I think he told me, but I forgot.
I'll definitely won't. This is why I don't get Jason Graves numbers. I definitely won't be doing anything like that. But a little videos here and there, I think I'll do. And I think they would go well on Red Cow Entertainment because retail shopping. I think that would be.
Let's get that channel back up and running.
I think that would be good. I'm thinking of calling it EJ Shorps. EJ Shorps.
Shorps.
Because my wife used to call shopping shorping because she hates shopping, so she calls it shorping. Yeah. But I think it's endearing, so I'm going to call it EJ Shorps.
Do you think the PAX East video belongs on Arcade or on the probably Arcade, right? And then maybe like
Arcade,
a collab with the Jason Graves channel. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Arcade.
I love Scotty's thrifting videos. Actually, they're really well produced as usual and quite fun.
Yeah, his are well produced. Mine will not be, but
and it's a brand new channel, so he's got no viewership. So people should go check it out.
Yeah, subscribe to Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty Thrifts is the new channel, and so if you like content where people are running around to Goodwills and likewise looking for physical media and otherwise, for reselling, he's trying to get into the reselling biz. It's a good time, and he's a likable fella.
I don't want no part of this crazy love. I don't want no part of